'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, except for me. Hello, dear viewers. To show my appreciation, I purchased you a gift. There you go. What's this? You've gotten me a gift too? You shouldn't have. I don't want this. Take it back. Please. Red One. Yay! Red One is a $250 million masterpiece that dares to go where no other Christmas movie has ever gone before. A film that dares to ask, what if Santa Claus was skinny? Spooky. Anyway, it stars everybody's favorite actors. Lucy Liu from Kill Bill and Hey Ya fame, Chris Evans aka Captain America aka the guy from my favorite movie, Paying Hustlers, J.K. Simmons aka Skinny Santa aka the titular Red One, Nick Kroll, and of course, my favorite and yours, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who, among other things, allegedly didn't want to go to the toilet on the set of this film, and instead peed into Voss water bottles, which production assistants had to take and remove from the set. Nice. It's incredibly gross to think about, so I think I'm just gonna watch the movie. The power hierarchy on the naughty list is about to change. This special film opens on a young boy, Jack O'Malley, who may look small now, but believe me, he will soon be Chris Evans. He hates Santa and doesn't believe he's real, which will be relevant very soon. 30 years on, he's Jack the Wolf O'Malley, mean and rude mercenary and bounty hunter. You can tell by his awesome codename and the fact that, no joke, about 5 minutes into the movie, he steals candy from a baby. What do you reckon they're trying to tell us about his character? So basically then...
Yo, it's your boy Beef Stew, and we're here at Christmas at the mall with the boy, the goat Santa.
What did he say? What did he say his name was?
Beef Stew.
Ah, okay, yeah, that's what I thought he said. So The Rock finally gets to do a couple dynamite line deliveries.
He's already quite famous.
Don't be a total.
Sir, you can't cut the line.
Good stuff, and they get to leave Beef Stew behind. Terrible news. This beef stew scene is absurd. I feel like it's so ridiculous to the point where it feels like there should be a payoff or callback later in the movie. Don't worry though, there won't be. It's never brought up again. So Callum and Santa fly back in Star Wars hyperspeed to the North Pole, and the whole sequence is very well shot. Anyway, Callum Drift is disillusioned with being an extremely large and formidable operative. Get it? It's an acronym for ELF. And Santa wants to know why!
I love the kids. It's the grown-ups that are killing me.
Go on.
The list. We're up almost 22% year over year.
I'm aware of the numbers, Cal. What are you getting at?
For the first time ever, more people are on the naughty list than not. And it's like they don't even care.
I am obsessed with The Rock in this movie. He reads every single line like it's a matter of life and death, which becomes very, very funny when he's reading lines like, for the first time, more people are on the naughty list than not. Anyway, Chris Evans is like a master tracker, and he sent data of where Santa is to some anonymous person, so some suspicious things start happening in the North Pole. The Rock keeps saying Finkel, which I guess is a North Pole worker's name, which is pretty strange, because The Rock's character name is Callum. Hi, I'm Johnny Slick, and I'm an elf, and this is my darling co-worker at the North Pole, Sporgloff. Anyway, inciting incident alert, Skinny Santa has been kidnapped. Terrible news. So in return, Lucy Liu and also a polar bear kidnap Chris Evans, and they make him team up with The Rock to go find Santa Claus. I can't believe this is a real movie. Anyway, Chris Evans gets to be snarky and do MCU quips and stuff, like right here.
Jack the Wolf O'Malley meet Callum Drift, commander of the ELF.
The ELF? They always know something. Sometimes you just gotta shake it out of them.
I'm not gonna like you. I can tell right away, out of everyone here, I like you the least.
I mean, Chris Evans is a good actor, he's good at this, but there are many more quips exactly like this for all 2 hours of the movie's runtime. It's so insincere, very, very Phase 4 Marvel, it just feels like people are constantly making jokes in the movie about how dumb the movie is. Whoa, it's ridiculous that Santa is jacked and everyone treats him like a government agent. Yes! Yes, it is! You can't have Chris Evans tell me how stupid the premise of the movie is every 5 minutes and expect me to care what happens to J.K. Simmons' Santa. Moving on though.
Are you telling me this clown is a level 4 naughty lister?
A level 4 naughty lister?
Okay, I can see that it's silly that he's a level 4 naughty lister. I know it's dumb. So why'd you put it in the movie? Don't add terrible lines and then make fun of them being terrible. You still wrote them. Anyway, The Rock has like Ant-Man powers to make stuff really big or really small, so they make a big toy sports car, finally giving our two leads some time to have an in-depth conversation.
He knows when you're sleeping, he knows when you're awake, and he knows that about every single person on this planet. He has a list the size of Rhode Island, and he checks it twice. If you were to try to read that list just once, it would take you a decade, but he does it twice. And the reason why he's able to do any of it is because he is Santa Claus, the one and only, and no one else can execute his mission.
Which is?
To spread cheer, ass.
This movie is not spreading cheer. As far as I'm concerned, The Rock is now a level 4 naughty lister for reading that monologue. So, then they meet Nick Kroll. He does silly stuff, and then they find out that the evil shape-shifting witch Grilla is behind the kidnapping of Santa Claus, and she wants to use his power to trap everybody in the naughty list in tiny jars for eternity. So it's good to see they're keeping the movie lighthearted. So, then the evil witch kills Nick Kroll with evil snowmen, sure, but they're very easily defeated by The Rock using his very cool shrinking powers that make me laugh every single time, and then pulling their carrot noses off, causing them to disintegrate. Which seems like a design flaw. Why didn't the evil, all-powerful witch just make it so you can't kill them by stealing their noses? Isn't she super magic? I digress. It's time for a big exposition dump. I went to get lunch, and then Lucy Liu said something that fascinated me. Christmas doesn't stop existing if Santa doesn't come. In like the Santa lore, Santa only delivers to children anyway, but I'm pretty sure Christmas still exists for adults. What would the politicians even do? Like, I'm just imagining a press conference where the Prime Minister or whoever basically says, "We have just been informed that Santa Claus has been kidnapped and Christmas is now cancelled, so we're getting rid of the public holiday. Keep on working, everybody." I feel insane. This whole Santa government thing is blowing my mind. You can't just say Santa Claus has a secret service and meets with global governments to organize Christmas and not expand anything. I don't care what Chris Evans and The Rock are up to, I want to know how the Santa government works. Whatever, the movie is very interested in showing me Dwayne Johnson going to save Santa instead, and he believes Santa is being held by Santa's adopted brother, Krampus. Anyway, Krampus is busy playing his favorite game, Slap Fight, or Krampus Slapped, or whatever, but then Krampus tells him that Santa's not here, which is apparently very funny because everyone laughs.
He's not here.
I don't get it. Anyway, Krampus does a speech filled with exposition that I promise you do not need to know. This happens a lot in the movie, and then Black Adam challenges him to a slap-off. There has to be a better word to that. This scene's actually really good though. The guy playing Krampus, Christopher Hivju, is really good, and the dumb jokes that they make Chris Evans read actually work for a little bit. The Rock is funny. It actually, for a fleeting moment, shows a glimpse of a fun, good movie, and I thought about cancelling the video altogether. I was actually quite into it. And then they ruined the moment.
Let's save Christmas. Right. Say it. I can't. Yes, you can. Say it. I don't want it. Let's save Christmas. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to need you to say, let's save Christmas.
This section goes on for what feels like an eternity. They just try and squeeze all of the life out of every dumb gag, like this could have just been, let's save Christmas, and then Jack O'Malley gets to do one MCU quip. It's a 10-second joke, at most, but they've got to pad this out to at least 2 hours, so let's do a 2-minute long back and forth. Do you get it yet? The Rock likes Christmas, and Jack O'Malley doesn't. Do you understand? There are still like 40 minutes left of this movie. I'm in a dark time. This is the worst Christmas present ever. Anyway, Jack accidentally alerts Grilla to their presence, so then she traps him and his son. Did I mention he has a son to reunite with? Sorry, this movie's fried my brain. So she traps both of them in awful CGI snow globes, aka Glasgow-figs, so she can look at them. This of course means now The Rock is forced to fight Jack, Jack's son, and Skinny Santa, all without Jack's master tracking skills. How will The Rock get out of this one? Very, very easily. The Rock has a high-tech FaceTime call with Lucy Liu where they talk about Glasgow-figs, and they determine that in order for Grilla to make billions of evil snow globes, she must need to be in the North Pole. But that's impossible, right? So The Rock FaceTimes Mrs. Claus, and she says she's making macaroons, but Santa hates macaroons because of course he hates macaroons. What, are you stupid? So he immediately assumes she's a shapeshifter imposter like in Secret Invasion, and he's right. I hate this movie. Everybody in the entire North Pole's been replaced by one of Grilla's minions, and he worked it out over a video call. He's a genius. Alert the press. So, Chris Evans and his son, played by Jimmy Kimmel's nephew, have a heart-to-heart about how they've both been bad people, and then, through the power of friendship, these all-powerful glass orbs set to hold people for eternity just shatter. This is a kid's movie, what am I doing? Wait, is it a kid's movie? They spend so much of the runtime fighting quite scary-looking monsters, and they swear constantly. I mean, constantly. But it's certainly not a movie for adults. It's about Santa Claus getting kidnapped. I can't fathom who this could possibly be for, but if I think about this any longer than I already have, I might lose my mind. So then they find out that Santa is being used to power the sleigh so Grilla can spread the snow globes all over the world, imprisoning everybody that's ever done anything wrong, and then everyone fights for what feels like ages. Then they knock Grilla off a bridge. She comes back, but then she's a huge ogre, and then Krampus shows up and cramps all over the place, which is not strong enough to do anything to Grilla, so why is he even here? And then maybe Santa is dead? No, sorry, he's alive. And then he summons the reindeer and almost impales Grilla Green Goblin style, but instead, everybody settles for trapping the evil witch inside a tiny snow globe for eternity, with seemingly no food, water, or outside contact forever, and they never bring it up again. Hey wait, that's messed up! Alas, the movie chooses not to dwell on the ethics of this, so neither will I. Santa delivers the presents and he does like acrobatics and does Ant-Man stuff. It's a bizarre sequence for sure, but not as bizarre as everything else that happens in the movie, so I'm just not gonna say anything. Calvin, or... wait, what was his name again? Callum decides to stay on the force as Santa's new bodyguard, or whatever, because now, after imprisoning an evil witch in a tiny snow globe forever, he's beginning to see the good in people, and Jack makes up with his son, and then the movie ends. This movie is so bad, and it just gets irritating when you hear The Rock ramble on and on about how this is the greatest movie ever, and it has good verticals and opportunities for investors and how it should be seen in IMAX, which it shouldn't. I watched it on my phone and it was way too big. It's so creatively bankrupt. It's just an exercise in money making. Nobody tried to do anything but make a fat paycheck, and you can see that. It's a super ugly, unfunny box-ticking exercise. The Rock. Tick. Other action celebrities? Tick. Well, that just happened, humor. Tick. Toy brand partnerships? Tick. And it results in such a boring movie. Yeah, sometimes it's dumb fun. Sometimes they say an absurd line and I laugh. And sometimes it's even genuinely good. Sometimes the jokes work, and I'd say the performances besides Dwayne are generally strong, but it's overall so blah. I've seen much worse. It's not egregious, but there's just nothing original or interesting there. It's like a 3 out of 10. This is not a good Christmas present, but I've made a real video for the first time in months, and I've had a lot of fun doing it. So maybe the real gift was the video I made along the way. In all seriousness, thanks for your support. My Australian movie video and my Oscar video performed better than I could have ever dreamed of. I'm in a creative mood at the moment, so I'd like to make some more videos before the end of January. In the meantime, you can check out my short films on Canis Productions, or you can go do something else. Learn to ride a bike. cook a meal, be with friends, watch Red 1 to ring in the new year. If you started on the 31st at 9:55 and 25 seconds, the movie will end on exactly midnight, and you will be free, and you will be happy. You will have a Red 1 free new year, and that is the best I could ask for. Happy New Year. See you later.